Peace and good morning. Happy Thursday and welcome to Dictation. Yeah, got some more theme music, you know what I'm saying? But I got my Sith hood on because it's kind of drizzly. Got a fresh baldy, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta protect my dome, keep my knowledge warm, you know what I mean? But man, you ever realize that you gotta stay away from stupid people? You ever just hang around people and listen to what they say and how they reason and think and be like, you're stupid. I gotta stay away from you before that shit, in case that shit's contagious. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what I've been going through lately. I've been being around some dumb people, you know? So what that leads me to do is just go home, go to work, go home, go to work. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, hold on, let's see. I go home, I go to work, I go home, go to work. I don't do nothing social. I'm not a boring person. I just ain't got time for the stupidity. I was reading in a little paper, man, they say that 102 people got shot in Chicago on the 4th of July. I didn't know that there was that many niggas in Chicago to get shot in one day. Like, how many black folks is left? Look, okay, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. Earlier this week, I was listening to NPR, and there was a story coming out of Colorado about a gay couple wanting to get a wedding cake. Okay, yeah, you're gay, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're two chicks or two dudes, but you're gay and you want to get married. Barack Obama made it happen. Okay, cool. And so now you want to go get a cake. And then you go to somebody whose religious views, they don't want to compromise their religious views, but you want them to compromise their religious views. Because I guess you ain't got no religion, or you ain't strong in your religion, or your religion don't mean nothing, and you don't see that anybody else should take their religion seriously. But for some strange reason, you want them to compromise their views for you. Would you compromise your views for them? But this is the problem that I think the LGBTQIABCDEFG community has, that they don't understand. And this is why I loathe whenever they try to compare themselves to black people. First of all, if you're born gay and born black, what's the difference? Let me rephrase. What's the difference between being born gay and being born black? I'll tell you. If you're born gay, you're usually the first to know. But if you're born black, you're usually the last to know. Think about it. Baby comes out of a vagina. The doctor looks at its penis or vagina and says, boy. They don't say gay. But usually, because they have a black mother and or a black father and black skin, you can determine if the child is born black or not. The child doesn't have any concern about their melanin or their hue, so they're just born, they're just alive. Like, man, I can breathe, give me some titty, I need some nourishment. But when you're born gay, you'll know before everybody else does, because there's no way to tell that you're gay. So there's a difference between being born gay and being born black. It's not the same. See what I'm saying? I found out I was black in like elementary school. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else, they knew I was black. Anyway, it's not the same. And I hate the comparisons. I hate when they act like because motherfuckers did black people dirty and sometimes still do black people dirty, that we're supposed to side with the homosexuals. They don't have anything to do with us. That has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? The only dick I like is mine. You know what I'm saying? So Anyway, but the problem with them, where they don't, where I think the LGBTQ community misses the mark, is when you look at the bullying or the oppression or the the racism in America that was shown towards black people by white people. White people didn't want us to join into the community, to the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were our own separate nation. So we had the black community. We had black businesses. We had black restaurants, because if we went to the white restaurant, we had to get our food in the back, or we couldn't sit at the counter. We couldn't sit at the water fountain, drink at the water fountain. Couldn't use the restroom, And so it's like, what we learned as black people was to depend on ourselves and have our own, because white people at that time didn't want to include us. So rather than try to fight for inclusion, some of us said, fuck y'all, we're gonna do our own thing. And this is where homosexuals miss the mark. They skipped a step. One of the steps in a part of being an American, after your hazing, which is what racism really is, it's hazing, you have to separate yourself to show your strength. You have to separate yourself from the people who don't want you involved with them. And this is what the gay community has not done yet. They haven't had a whole bunch of gay bakers, so that, when you want to get your gay wedding cake, all you got to do is go to the gay baker and you can get whatever you want, right? But they want to fight and impose their views on other people. And that is not American. I mean, it is American. It's early American. It's very Mayflower, Christopher Columbus American. You know what I'm saying? We just say, hey, we're just gonna take this shit. We are taking these, if you please. We are taking these, if you don't please. It is very American. But the problem is that they never learned to accept their own and be themselves. Yeah, they got the neighborhoods and all this and all that, but why do they always have to go to the Christian bakery for a gay wedding cake? Why do they always have, you say, like is this a pattern? Like, are they starting shit? I'm sorry, LGBT community. Are you guys just trying to start shit? Whenever you get married, you gotta go to a motherfucking a Christian bakery or whatever it is, where people, they're gonna tell you no, so it's gonna be a big shit show. It's gonna be a big stink, and you're gonna be on the news, and you're gonna try to have them lose their business and lose their livelihood, rather than get a bunch of gay people that bake and start your own bakery that caters to you, so that we specialize in wedding cakes. That's an opportunity for you guys to make money, but you're not thinking. You're stupid. And I can't stand stupid people. And I got plenty of gay relatives, and I love them. And they're not stupid. Or at least not in front of me. But if they was, I'd have to cut their ass off too. Because I don't give a fuck if you straight, gay, bi, whatever. I just can't stand stupid. Okay? That's what I can't stand. Fuck stupid. They need a stupid flag so I can burn that shit. You know what I'm saying? I will burn the stupid flag. You know what I'm saying? I would discriminate against stupid motherfuckers. So that's what I see. You know what I'm saying? Going on with all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it just seems like they're just trying to start crap. You know what I'm saying? Because after a while, dude, understand. When black people realized that white folks didn't want us involved, we said, you know what? We're not gonna fight to be in with y'all. And then what happened? Once we started having our own shit, then the doors started opening up. People saw that we were capable of doing our own thing in our own community, handling our own business in our own community. And then it was like, you know what? We can fuck with the niggas. We can let them into America. We can do it. It didn't happen exactly like that, but it did though. Because we got Jackie Robinson and You know what I'm saying? All the first blacks this and the first black that got to do all this. You know what I'm saying? But who are the first gays? Who are the first gays that did this? We don't know. Because they never had their own to do their own thing. So that when they jumped into the mainstream of everything else, hey, it's the first gay astronaut, the first gay this, the first gay that. Nobody cares. Because y'all come out of closets and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody give a fuck who coming out the closet. Also, you been gay this whole time and ain't told nobody? Nigga, you keeping secrets. You know what I'm saying? We can't respect people that keep secrets. You know what I'm saying? That's like Charlie Sheen. Yeah, I've been had AIDS. I've been fucking bitches raw. I just come out the closet about it. No props. Well, you better hope you don't get sued. But yeah, so that's just the way I see it, man. I heard this whole bullshit and I was just like, are you serious? These motherfuckers are still trying to get Christians to make them wedding cakes? Like, are you trying to make the Christians say, you know what? I don't care about going to heaven in Jesus. I don't care about the rules. I don't care about, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, everybody can't do that, okay? Everybody can't do that. Some people actually believe in their religion, okay? Some people actually love their faith, and they want to teach it to their children, you know what I'm saying? But when people don't have that, they can't understand that, and they don't know why people fight so hard to preserve that. And so that's what you got to think. You know, when you think about yourself and think for yourself, also think that the love and pride you have for yourself, the next person has for themselves as well, okay? And you can't go wrong when you understand that. You know, why should I move out of your way? Well, because we're sharing the road. Why should you move out of my way? Because we're sharing the road. But if you think you don't got to move, well, God forbid if I think I don't got to move, because Hillary called me a super predator. You know, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So just think before you make a decision, before you want to patronize a business. You know, don't make a big stink about it, because do you want to be on the news, or do you want to get your cake done by the time you want to get it? You know what I'm saying? You want to get your wedding cake made. Like, what is it you're trying to accomplish? You want to make a big stink and be on the news and make a big fuss? Or do you want to get your wedding cake made so all your friends and loved ones can celebrate your joyous occasion? I hope it's the latter. Because if it's not, you're stupid. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Be better today than you were yesterday. And let's have a greater tomorrow. Live up. And for those of y'all who don't like what I got to say, open your mouth and let me know how this dictates.